What's up everybody, I'm Brian Altano, and in today's gaming news, GTA 5's kick-ass story DLC was scrapped, and it's all your fault, yeah you. The publisher behind the hit game Manor Lords has some strong words for people expecting too much content, and a massive new mod for Fallout 4 is almost here. It's the Daily Fix. Hey, remember when GTA 4 got two huge single-player story expansions called The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony? I do. They were awesome. Hey, remember when GTA 5 was an even bigger hit and then never got any story expansions? I remember that too. What's up with that, by the way? Well, it turns out it almost did get story DLC, and apparently it was really good. A former Rockstar developer has said the company canceled a standalone GTA 5 story DLC because GTA Online emerged as a, quote, cash cow soon after launch. Now, did you spend a bunch of money in GTA Online? Well, thanks a lot, because now we'll never get GTA 5 story DLC. You just had to buy that gold jet, huh? Joe Rubino, who was a senior camera artist and virtual cinematographer working at Rockstar's New York office from 2010 to 2016, spoke to the San in Play YouTube channel about why this much rumored GTA 5 story DLC fell by the wayside after GTA 5 came out in September 2013. God, that was a long time ago. He said, a lot of the team went to do Red Dead Redemption 2 right away, and I took on this other project that was a standalone DLC for GTA that never came out, and it was kick-ass. Rubino revealed, that was my thing. I was one of the main editors, camera artists, and on-stage stuff. We split our teams into two. I stayed on GTA Online, and then this DLC, which Trevor Phillips' actor Stephen Ogg was a very important part of. And then some of the team overlapped and went to Red Dead Redemption 2 early on, and then we just kind of did this flip motion because when that game got shelved, we spent so much money. A lot of that stuff, though, did end up making it into, I believe, later iterations of GTA Online, I think. So it's not like they wasted it. He went on to say it was really, really good, but when GTA Online came out, it was so much of a cash cow and people were loving it so much that it was hard to make an argument that a standalone DLC would outcompete that. I think looking back now, you could probably do both, but that was a business decision they made. I was a little upset about that. That actually was a lot of the reason for me being a little sour at the time, because I was like, yo, what the fuck, guys? This shit's awesome. Let's keep going. Let's finish this shit. So it sounds like they did not, in fact, finish that shit, but at least seems like a lot of that shit made it into GTA Online, where they probably stripped it for parts and sold it to us piecemeal. Hey, at least we're getting a GTA 6 next year, and that will definitely have a story, assuming that game actually ever comes out. Speaking of games not getting as much content as expected, the publisher of Steam hit medieval city builder Manor Lords has hit back at claims it has become the latest early access game to fail to provide players with enough content to keep them interested, and therefore has suffered a significant drop-off. In a post on LinkedIn, publisher Hooded Horse boss Tim Bender took issue with another LinkedIn post. I love LinkedIn beef, just battling it out. From a video game developer that called Manor Lords a pretty interesting case study in the pitfalls of early access development when a game with a small team and heavily marketed as such hits the reality of a hungry audience. As a result of the lack of updates, the concurrent users have plummeted since launch, which isn't that unusual. It's the current trend for a lot of early access titles that blow up these days, the post continued. But given the huge number of wishlists and hype around it leading up to launch, this is something the developer and publisher should have been better prepared for, in my opinion. Early access is a marathon, and when you launch, you need to have your next major content expansion pretty much in the queue. The game has been out for 2.5 months, and there have been 3 fairly small patches with no new features or content. As such, I put the game aside and don't expect to look at it again for another 6 months, at which point I'll probably be focused on playing something else. It's really hard to get people's attention once you've lost it. Bender responded directly to this post by calling it exactly the kind of distorted, endless growth / burden of expectations / line must go up perspective that causes so much trouble in the games industry. Players are happy, the developer is happy, and we as a publisher are thrilled beyond belief, Bender said. And yet, here we are. Manor Lords is apparently a case study in the pitfalls of early access because the game has been out for 2.5 months and there have been 3 fairly small patches. He had concluded by pointing out the, quote, apparently dark reality that some people, after enjoying their purchase of a premium single-player title, might decide to go on and play another game. The horror, the horror. Okay, I like this guy and I think he's right, but what are your thoughts on games like this, needing endless amounts of content? Do you think a single-player game should get stuff forever, or are you fine with moving on to the next game? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, Speaking of new content, the massive expansion size Fallout 4 mod Fallout London appears to be nearing release after developer Team Full On declared the end is in sight, as it awaits final quality assurance tests. In a post on Twitter, Team Full On sought to clear up speculation by confirming it had sent several builds to CD Projekt Red-owned Steam competitor GOG and is awaiting the final green light. Coming straight from Team Full On, they said, once they've completed the process of double-checking that Fallout London and its installer work on all supported machines, we should be good to go. Yes, we have our own installer and downgrader too. It is in all of our interest that the final QA process is carried out in full, and we are very thankful that GOG is assisting. While it may seem like not a lot is going on, we can assure you that the heads of the department have been working nonstop behind the scenes during this time to make the release build as good as it can be. The end is in sight. So Fallout London was previously due to arrive on April 23rd, 2024, but actual Fallout developer Bethesda announced a surprise update for Fallout 4, which the mod developer feared would impact its release, aka totally break it. Now that that update is out in the wild, the team behind Fallout London has a much more clear idea of how they can integrate it into their mod, which I am very excited for. And that's your Daily Fix for Monday, July 8th. If you're still playing the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree DLC like I am, be sure to check out our mountain of guide videos so you don't end up missing key items or side quests like I did. I'm on the final boss. I'm pretty sure I did every optional thing to do, and I'm still missing 9 Scadutree fragments somewhere, which is really frustrating. So if you know where those are, or any of the easy to miss ones are, just let me know. Drop me a comment. Otherwise, I'll painstakingly go through our guide video one by one until I get them all so I can crush the final boss to death. I hate him so much. Thanks for watching the Daily Fix. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you tomorrow.